You know, as we've heard a lot today, I mean, Republicans believe that we need to expand access to paid family leave, and that it's a good thing. And that's one of the reasons why the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act enacted the first ever national paid leave and medical leave policy by incentivizing companies to offer that 12 weeks of paid leave through the tax credit. That could be as much as 25%. And this, policy was a good win-win, allowing for workers flexibility and benefits they deserve while making it easier for small businesses to give that paid leave. We also doubled the child tax credit, which also helped families, and worked to develop the Secure Act, which allowed people to withdraw money from their retirement accounts without penalty to help pay for expenses related to birth or adoption of a child. So clearly there's been a lot of gains over the last few years helping families, but we know there's more to do. As a dad of three, I'm glad that we're looking at different options of how do we expand paid family leave. But also as a former Kansas State Treasurer, I'm concerned about the cost to the Treasury and being a good steward of taxpayer dollars. And the truth is that one size fits all mandate from Washington doesn't necessarily cover the needs. It's not flexible, ultimately leads to higher taxes and benefits and reduced benefits for the middle class family. So just as an example, the Family Act that my colleagues have proposed would cost more than $200 billion in 2017, which would have required a 3% payroll tax increase. And that's a lot of money taken out of the economy, taken out of people's paychecks. And, for 10 years, a mandatory family leave program like the Family Act would cost over $1 trillion and force workers to contribute over $58,000 over the work of their career. I know from Kansas' standpoint, that's more than what the average family makes in a year. So we want to make sure that we make it affordable, that we're able to give options that people can utilize and be beneficial for them. So we want to make sure that, I guess my preference is let's make sure that we don't have a government mandate program, but we give lots of options and tools that allow people to pick and choose what those choices are. And so we'll make sure as we discuss this paid family leave and medical leave tax credit and hopefully make that permanent, making it easier for small businesses to provide family leave and allowing workers more flexibility and opportunity to tailor their benefits. I want to talk a little bit, recognize that the Family Act is not the only proposal that's been introduced to provide paid family leave. Ms. Gressler, you talked when your comments about Social Security, some proposals around Social Security and the impact there. Can you talk a little bit more about, based on the solvency projections around Social Security, what some of those proposals would do to that?
As designed right now, those proposals would slightly shorten the date at which Social Security would become insolvent. So the benefit cuts, or whether it's tax increases, would have to kick in a little bit sooner. My biggest concern there, though, is that the proposal will not stay as it is envisioned, only for parental leave, only a smaller benefit, but that would just grow over time as Social Security and Medicare and every entitlement program in history have. And when you talk about that, then there's going to be really significant benefit cuts that are coming sooner than we thought, or tax increases.
Yeah, and when you spoke, one of the things that really stuck out to my mind is that when we view Social Security, we view it as the old age and survivors insurance benefit. Mm-hmm. That's what most people think about as Social Security and the true plus of the program. Now, we've added other things over the years. I'm not saying those disability benefits, for example, aren't positive things, but we don't want to lose the retirement capability that we had in that. Another comment around, there was a 2018 survey done by Cato, basically said that having more affordable child care and more flexible work schedules are top priorities of parents, more so than family leave. And Ms. Gressler, do you believe that Family Act provides that level of flexibility that's going to give the families and parents that benefits that they want?
I worry that it's actually going to take away the flexibility, and I'm familiar with the study that you're talking about, and we see there that paid family leave is the fourth most important thing for workers, in the flexibility and that child care are much bigger issues. And so I'd like to see policymakers trying to tackle things in the order of priority and not doing things that are actually going to take away that flexibility that workers, particularly women, would like to have.
All right, thank you. I see I'm out of time. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.